Hello, friends. Welcome. This is, I think, the first time that I'm on here without my dumb pop mic. I got a new headset. Woo! So hopefully, if it sounds better. If it doesn't, please let me know and flame me in the chat. So tonight we have a pretty busy schedule. So our past meet halls has been pretty quick 20-minute videos. Expect this one to be a little longer. There will be a VOD later. So uh, wait for that if you can't be here, or tell all your friends about the VOD later. But we do have a lot of cool things that we're announcing, some things that we've talked about that haven't had anything officially go out, things like that. So first on our agenda, obviously, welcome to the Mead Hall. Great to see you all here. We're going to start off with a congratulations to our grand finals champions. A little bit of a recap of everything that went on last week. Our charity event, we're going to have a little recap of that. That was just yesterday. For anybody who missed it, we'll tell you about it and all the cool things we did. Season 6 Caster Awards, the highly anticipated of the season, even more so, I think, than the grand finals. Just saying. Um, then we have all-star matches. So we've talked a lot about all-stars, and if you missed them, they were in your grand finals cast. So you need to go dig up that VOD or check your division channel or ask around. Your friends most likely will have that information for you. So the analysts are helping to set up those matches and things. So we're going to go over a little bit about that. Nexus Edge finale. I know it's so sad. They'll come back. I hope. I'm pretty sure they're coming back, but they are going to have a finale episode. So don't miss that. Patreon end of season update. Of course, we always have to talk about our Patreon. If you're due rewards and things like that, we'll have times and stuff when all of that should be in your possession. End of season survey results. So we closed the survey results a little while ago so we could prepare some of these for you. We're just going over the basic results, and we're, of course, reviewing all of the written fill-in questions. So don't worry about any of those. And prize winners, if you remember, if you put in your email, there was a chance to win a prize. Season 7 important dates. There are a few different important dates. So as soon as we put the slide up, I suggest taking a picture or adding your calendar or whatever if you're planning to participate next season, so nothing surprises you. Volunteer applications, as always, NGS is a volunteer uh, system, league, organization, whatever you want to call it, association. No one gets paid here, and we all have a great time. So if you're interested in doing that, you can apply. We have a few different off-season events, so stick around for information on those if you just are going to be bored until season 7. We'll have stuff for you to do. Website teaser, as always moving and improving, and then our official Q&A like we always have. So strap in, boys and girls, and here we go. I believe I'm giving it over to Ektar.
Thank you very much, Aura. Congratulations to all of our grand finalists from Season 7 of NGS. That will be our Heroic Division champions, the Team Celeb Gaming, Division A Team Dread Pirates, Division B, the Virtual Murky Slayers, Division C, Regen Red, and finally rounding out Division D, the Boogan Squad. And in lieu of physical trophies, because we are in fact a nonprofit organization that makes almost no money, all of our grand champion emotes all of our grand champion icons are now going to be available as emotes in the Nexus Gaming series server. So get on those now just as soon as you can. And I'm going to throw it over to Weenus to talk about the charity recap from our event yesterday. Weenus.
Thanks, Ektar. All right, so huge success yesterday. Thanks everybody who came to our first NGS charity event. We raised $2,908.59, which is amazing for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Just blown away by everyone's generosity and everyone coming out and supporting both NGS and sick kids because, they're both great. So we just want to say a special thanks to the following teams and casters and participants and to everyone who donated yesterday. And a huge shout out to Jason for putting it all together. So the teams we had D East, Frankfurters, D West, Sack Brick, C East, Regen Red, C West, Dat Task though, B East, Nuez or Nues, I'm not sure. B West, Virtual Murky Slayers, Div A, Dread Pirates, Heroic Celeb Gaming, and the wonderful casters who volunteered their time: Arrow, M Palindrome, Murda, Mongoose, Lexia, Mark Zombie, Ziltoid, Jason, the big man himself, and also our top donators. Thank you so much to CTV owner who basically doubled everything that we made a matching donation. So huge thanks going out to CTV owner. Also, some other top donators: Gravesville Regen, Arrow, Slexia Bickle, A Brewer 2, Heroes Lounge, NGS patrons, and yeah, that's about it. All right, so thanks so much, everybody, for participating. We will definitely do this again in the future. So stay tuned for our next event. I'm going to throw it over to Artha now for a very, very steamy and streamy presentation.
Thank you, Weenus, and thank you everyone for the charity event. It was phenomenal. So, the moment you've all been waiting for, we got Turd Herder here presenting the Streamies for NGS, where we are going to announce awards for some fantastic members of the community. So, hit that play button, Mongoose.
Welcome to the NGS Season 6 Streamy Awards. I'm your esteemed host, Turd Herder, and tonight we're here to recognize some of the incredible individuals that make up all of our NGS community. From moderators and board members to casters and analysts, so many people work hard behind the scenes and on the screen to make NGS the great community that it is. Tonight, we have 5 main awards that we will be giving out, but before we get into it, let's give some honorable mentions. Now, as Best Observer and Stat Lord himself, it is Falendrith. For the Best Hype Caster / Best Dressed Caster, we have Murda. For the Best Discord Mom, we have Aura. For the Best Discord Dad, we have Arrow. And for the steamiest host, why, it's me, Turd Herder, of course. For the Best Zombie Invasion, we have Mark Zombie and the other zombie boys. For the King of Gifts, or GIFs, depending on how you pronounce it, / Best Production Value, it goes, of course, to Weenus. And for the Most Games Casted / the No Lifer Award, goes to Jason, with 50 casts this season. Shout out to everyone that's been mentioned as an honorable awardee, but without further ado, let us move right on into the 5 main awards. Starting from the top, we have the first award, which is for Analyst of the Year, which was chosen by lead analyst Arthanow. The winner is Key. If Wono and Ziltoid are the heart and soul of Nexus Edge and what you see week to week, Key is the backbone that carries the analyst team. Key's incredible dedication to NGS and the analyst team created a foundation that is now essential not only to Nexus Edge, but to the Nexus Gaming Series and everyone that watches. Now for the next award, we have Rookie Caster of the Season as chosen by the NGS staff. And the winner is B-Train. This epic casting rap god has burst onto the casting scene this season, impressing everyone in the HOTS community. Not only NGS, but he's been featured on NGS Showdowns countless times, but also he's been shown casting Division S for Heroes Lounge. Congratulations, Speed Train. Now the next award is for Co-Caster of the Season, as voted by you, the NGS community. And the winner is Bob Zombie. The uniqueness of the zombie casts between Bob Zombie, Mark Zombie, and Casey have been a great addition to NGS for Season 6. Now, with Mark Zombie and Casey, we have the brother element going on, but the on-site duo casting between Mark Zombie and Bob Zombie makes the zombie cast all the better and makes Bob Zombie all the more deserving of this award. Congratulations, Bob. And the next award is for the Community Excellence Award, as selected by the NGS board. The winner is none other than Wraithling. It is with great appreciation and admiration that we congratulate Wraithling with the Community Excellence Award. As leader of the tech team, he has been essential to the success of NGS in Season 6. Wraithling poured countless hours into building the league website from scratch in a time when NGS needed him the most. He succeeded on a very tight turnaround and really stepped up to the plate. His leadership allowed Season 6 to start on schedule, and he continues working to improve the league without batting an eye. Wraithling, we salute you. And the final award for the evening before you all get back to your mead hall is the Favorite Caster Award, as chosen by you, the NGS community. If I can get a drum roll, please. And the winner is Weenus, by a close margin of a single vote. Weenus has by far the most intricate production value in the league and is massively entertaining to watch. As the assistant head caster, he has helped several casters get their start casting. And by bringing them in as co-casters and guiding them to solo casting, he's done a tremendous job not only for his production value, but for the NGS community as a whole. And that's a wrap on this year's Streamy Awards. A big thanks to everyone who voted out there, and congrats to all of our winners. Now back to you guys at the mead hall.
Huge congrats to everyone who won an award at the Streamies. This community would not be possible without all the volunteer work and casters and everyone who puts their heart and soul into this. So, now for the All-Stars. So, what we're going to do this year is we are going to have All-Stars Week. So, the week of June 3rd to June 7th, we are going to play out the All-Star matches for every division. So, they will be best of 3 matches. Div D will play their match June 3rd at 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Div C will play June 4th at the same time. Div B will play June 5th. Div A will play June 7th. And Heroic Division will play June 7th at 7:30 Pacific Daylight Time. And if you are an all-star, please show up to that match. Have some fun. We'll have a good time playing those matches. If you are a sub and someone does not show up, you can play. And if the subs do not show up, anyone in chat who wants to hop in, if there's an opening spot, you are free to hop in. So moving on, we have the season finale of Nexus Edge. So ideally, we will be coming back next season. We have Wono being interrogated right now until he decides to come back. I see you in chat, Wono. So the season finale of Nexus Edge will be Tuesday, May 28th at 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. That'll be here on this channel for twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. So please come, tune in, watch. Turd Herder and the gang will be there. Valcomer will be our special guest, so there will be plenty of questions and plenty of community interaction. So please turn in. And so I'm going to pass it along to Mongoose.
The guy who kept jumping the gun on these slides and getting the wrong ones up. But we're back on track. Hey guys, congratulations to all of our award winners, also deserved, and also to the community as a whole for that friggin' awesome charity event. Patron rewards are in the works. We're working on them now. I hope to have them done even sooner than the end of June, but everything should be delivered or on the way by the end of June. If you are interested in getting any of those Season 6 patron rewards, you must sign up before June 1st. On June 1st, we will roll on to the Season 7 rewards, and the Season 6 patron rewards will be gone forever. So if you're interested in that, check out the link right there, patreon.com/Heroes Nexus Gaming Series. There's what this season's patron reward cards will look like, and I'm sure all of you guys will have more stars than I do. On to off-season and Season 7 dates. Signups will start at the end of this week. Oh my goodness, that came together so fast. 2-week sign-up period, and then Season 7 will be here before you know it. Arthanau's All-Star Weekend, June 3rd through 7th. See 2 slides before for those specific dates. We are going to have a free agent combine on June 6th. Our off-season event, scheduled per the survey results we sent out to team captains, will be on Tuesday, June 25th and wrapped up Thursday, June 27th. After that, placements will be announced that Sunday, Regular season will start July 8th, 1 through the 1st, followed by playoffs and grand finals. So season 7 will be here before you know it. Plenty to do in the off season. And that's going to do it from me. Going to pass it off to Jackster.
Okay, thank you so much, Mongoose. So I'll be taking over Bourne's job of putting out the volunteer applications since we're both on the hiring committee. But as you all know, NGS is staffed by volunteers. We don't make a dime off of this. We do this because we love it and we really enjoy getting to know everybody and making this a great place to play HOTS. That's why we do it. And so if you want to be a part of that, we'd love your help. So we have a lot of positions open, but we're really looking to fit people's needs. So there's the tech team, which works with Wraithling on the website. There is the creative team, which works with SkyArc and Wraithling on website, but more on graphics, visuals that maybe casters could use, maybe writers. The production team, so that's working with Jason in the stream slash content world. So we're looking for observers, video editors. If you have these skills, we'd really appreciate them. Writers will be working with me on articles that we put out periodically. There's analysts; those would be under Arthanow and working on Nexus Edge. Moderators, both division moderators and community moderators. And if you don't know the difference, then ask us, and we'll be happy to help you out. And committee members. So there's a variety of different committees that you don't need really any experience to want to be a part of, and we can let you know what each does, and you can bring your own points of view, and we really appreciate that. uh and if you don't know where your skills are best suited, but you really want to help out, you can message either me or Born to Shine, and we'd be happy to help you out, answer any questions that we can. There will be a link to the volunteer applications. It will be in the announcements. And if you have any further questions, you can again DM me or Born to Shine, and we'd be happy to help. Moving on, let's go to the end of season survey results.
Before we start the survey results, I will say we just opened up the Help Wanted page in Discord that also has the volunteer application and other open positions that are in there that Bourne had put together in the announcement, but now it's in a convenient spot that'll never get lost. So you can also check them out there.
Thank you for that. It's brand new, so you'll have to be walking with me. Mongoose is running the slides, so I'm doing this one at a time, not to try not to overwhelm people. So first, let's start off with the placements. So we're going to be looking at what people thought of the placements from the last survey, last season. Yes, pie charts, and then this season. And so as you can see, for the most part, they're just about the same. 2/3 it really thought that the placements were right on, and about 95% thought that they were, for the most part, correct. We always strive to improve, but from our experience, this has usually been where we're able to hit. We kind of hit a bottleneck at this point, but again, we do want to always strive to be better. So we'll take these results and we'll work with them for our next placements. For the overall NGS experience, we can show up that bar graph. I did kind of go overboard with the graphs. I promise. I won't give you too many. This shows the distribution of scores, how people thought we did, and we are really proud to see that it is a skew left graph, and most of the responses are 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. But again, we are always wanting to work on improving the experience for everybody, not just the people who are fans of NGS, but for the people who are maybe new converts, or maybe they still have questions about us. That's what we're looking to improve on. So if we can go to the next slide, here are some more of the more minute details. And I didn't want to give you guys all of the results, but here are a few of the most pressing ones that I thought would be most interesting to people. So I'm just hoping that Mongoose is keeping up because there is a stream delay. But 81% approved of the season length, which is great. That's usually where we're right about. And the opinions on the playoff structure were mixed. So what you're looking at here is the fact that there's really no easy majority that what people wanted. So we're going to just have to take this into consideration for the competition committee And it seems like we're probably going to be sticking what we did last season, but it could change if we had some more or less information. Yes, it is a big pie chart. I got pinged for a big pie chart. Okay, we can move on. 79% said to keep the playoffs to 8 teams, so that's good. We're probably going to be sticking with that. But here's the first kind of change that we're probably going to be implementing. 60% did say that they want rostered players to be able to play as off-roster subs for other teams. Some in the past we haven't allowed this. We've maintained people either have to be not rostered on any teams to be able to play as an off-roster sub, but you all think that this should be allowed, and so we'll take that under consideration. Tentatively, that's probably going to happen unless something happens. But on the flip side of the coin, 64% are still for limiting one player to one team. So you will not be able to play on two separate teams. You will not be able to roster onto two separate teams. So that's if there's any confusions, I understand. I'm not explaining this terribly well. We'll come out with the formalized rules in a bit. Moving on, 39% had difficulties with scheduling matches, whether this came down to flex matches were procrastinated or fixed matches. You weren't able to get into contact with the enemy captain. We understand that. We're going to be working on trying to improve that in the future. Next, 58% want us to revisit HGC skin mount bans. For those that don't know, in the past, Blizzard has chosen to ban certain skins and mounts because they're either hard to see, the animations are not great, and they look not very good on certain maps, and they give a tactical advantage. You all want us to revisit that. And since Blizzard isn't doing anything anymore, we thought we would be the ultimate deciders on what maps, what skins do and do not get banned. That will probably be down to the rules committee, I would imagine. So if you have any suggestions, what skins should be banned and what skins shouldn't, let us know. 88% want to keep round robin. I think this was the highest result, so we will be doing that definitely. And the last thing for this slide, the changes that we're going to be considering, once again, off-roster subs, skin mount bans, the playoff style. We're not sure what we want to do with that. That'll be up to competition committee. Flex matches, we want to make those easier to schedule and less. We want to make it so that people aren't procrastinating with them, because we found out that was somewhat of a problem, and also changes to help captains schedule easier. And if you have any suggestions, put them in the suggestions channel. They are very much appreciated. A lot of times we can't think of things that you all do. There's only a dozen of us. There's 200 of you. So final slide from me before you can kick me away. We do have the survey winners. So if you entered in your email, you had a chance to win one of 3 sweet mini swag packs from NGS. The emails have been sent out, I'm told. And those are the redacted emails. If that looks like one of yours, then you should probably check your email, because you probably. Finally, we have the most important results, obviously. The turd herder facial hair results. Now, this was a very contested election. There were a lot of animosities on a lot of sides, understandable. But it has appeared that Fu Manchu is walking away with a plurality. Now, this is not a very strong plurality, but we can comfortably say that there is probably going to be hair on Turd Herder's face next time Nexus Edge comes around. So you all have that to look forward to. And with that, I'll be handing it off to Wedge so he can take you through the free agent combine.
Hi there, everybody. So, going into season 7 here, we decided that we wanted to host a free agent combine to try to get anyone that's looking to join a team more integrated with our already existing teams, or people that are hoping to try to start their own team. So, right now, we've got the free agent combine planned for Thursday, June 6th, between 7 to midnight Eastern time. We want to have, we're kind of changing it up this year. We want to have it so that captains are able to sign up as well, so that they can themselves play with the players that are registering, so they get a first-hand experience of what these players are actually going to be like. We're going to have a whole lot more information coming out for you guys with the exact structure this Tuesday, May 28th. So you can look forward to that. Coming up next, we also have planned for you a very special Midsummer Night's Brawl. Right now, we've got a whole lot of ideas in motion, bouncing around the competition committee, and we're planning to have this event Tuesday, June 25th and Thursday, June 27th. We're going to have more information coming up for you guys very shortly, but if for any of you that competed in the Deck the Brawls event that we hosted last Christmas, we're going to be having a very similar event like that, where priority is definitely on the fun, but don't worry, you'll still get a chance to show off all your hot skills in the meantime. Rounding things out, we've got a quick little website teaser for you here. Wraithling, always pushing himself to make sure he can help us by giving us the best website possible. He's managed to improve mobile support so that it's a lot easier to navigate the website on your phones. He's also improved the reporting flow for your captains. You can see a little snippet of that there on the right there. Captains, you'll notice you no longer need to keep track of opponent team or all the bans that happen in draft. It'll now take care of all that information for you. And it's just going to be an overall improved user interface. So a big shout out to Wraithling as he continues to work on that, and hopefully he'll have that out nice and soon for us. Now I'm going to pass it over to Wanus as he wraps things up for the show tonight.
Thank you very much, Wedge. And I just have to say, I'm extremely humbled for getting the Community Caster Award. Thank you so much. That's really, it was a surprise to me. But I just want to thank all the hard work that the casters have done this season. There's so many to name, so many new casters, everyone really putting in a lot of hard work. And also, I want to give a shout out to Slexia for being there for so many of the cast as co-caster. Made it so much more enjoyable and a better production overall. So thank you very much, Lexia, and to our casters in general and to our community. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So to wrap this up, you guys can keep up with us on Twitter, NGS Twitter, which is at Nexus_series. And make sure to not mute the announcement channel in Discord if you can help it. That's where all of our latest updates will go, as well as the hype channel when we're doing more specific hypey things. So if you want to catch up on some of the media that has been produced for NGS in season 6, check out the Nexus Now podcasts. They're great. The Nexus Edge league coverage, also fantastic. You can catch all of the casted games for season 6 on YouTube. Check out the VODs there, as well as that's where you'll find the Nexus Edge league coverage and the Nexus Now podcast, as well as on the website, which Wraithing has done such an amazing job with. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it. Remember, check the pins first. Save a div mod. Check the pins. We are very excited for season 7, and for hope all you guys join us there. But let's transition now into some general questions and answers that everybody might have. And remember, the season 7 signups do start on Friday, May 31st. So get your boys back together. That's not mine. This one's mine. Yes. And so ask your questions in chat, and we will go back, and if there's other questions that have been collected, we'll answer those too.
One thing I noticed right off the bat from Blaze and Arrow, they both made mention to just be off roster to play on more than one team, and presumably there will be some tracking to make sure that someone doesn't off roster every match. We do currently have a stipulation in the rules. It's under 2.2 roster changes that a player may not play for more than one team in any given week during the NGS season or round or whatever like the current thing is. So in this last time we had per week was a fixed round, whatever you want to call it. So we'll probably add in a similar stipulation, and in regards to like keeping track of off roster subs, just like we did last season. So don't worry about that. We will definitely be making sure that nobody's just skipping around and uh, doing whatever they want, because that's not the point of being an off roster sub.
Question from Beautiful Holiday, double elimination for the bracket, including previous loss. That's still very much in flux, so no real answer to that. We're just kind of now in the formation stages of the exact structure for season 7, so the answer to that is TBD.
But if you have a strong opinion about it and you feel like you have a view that you can back that up with, want you to open up Discord right now. I want you to go to the NGS Discord, go to the suggestions tab, and I want you to type out a 5-paragraph long essay about why your point of view is correct. That's what we do, and competition committee will take that into consideration. They really do appreciate them. So put all your concerns there if you prefer one form over the other, and we'll take that into consideration.
I will also like to add that for anyone, of course, the end of season surveys are anonymous. So we are I've I'm not gonna, toot my own horn, but I've personally already read all of the fill-in answers. I do that every season. I can't help myself. I like to read them all and see what everybody has to say. But if you did put something there and you want to step forward or talk about it more or have any interest to like put yourself out there, you can always feel free to DM any of the board members, myself, somebody you feel comfortable with, or putting it in suggestions and being like, I don't know what survey you're talking about. That's also valid. Like if you want to have more people discussing it or debating it or anything like that, please don't feel like you have to like keep those hidden because we'll be talking about everything in there as well. But if you want to put something more out in the open, get more ideas, or you want to have a more personal private talk with somebody already in staff, happy to do that. So don't feel isolated there either.
If you guys don't mind, I'll take Wono's. Heroic Division can probably considered the least successful division this season. Are there plans to help with generating buzz or traction? It is Heroic Division was definitely the least successful of our efforts this season, and it is the one that is occupying our most time in competition committee. It's the thing we're talking about the most to figure out what we can do to make that division be successful. Divisions A through D this season, both in our personal feelings on staff and through the survey results, was very successful. So there's probably not going to be too many changes to that because everyone seems to be, for the most part, happy with where it's at. So the answer is we're talking about that at great length. I'm not quite sure what exactly we're going to do with it, but that is the number one topic of discussion in competition committee right now.
Yeah, I mean, just remember that it all comes down to number of teams that we get, and I do agree, outreach is definitely important because the more teams that are in a division, the more robust the competition is going to be. Um, the big problem with Heroic is that the distance from the best team, which would be Celeb because they won the division, to the quote unquote worst team or the team that's lowest is that much bigger because there is no upper limit to it like there are in other divisions. So division A, B, C. Uh, and so because of that, there's going to be a wider separation. Now you might just say, well, just put more division A teams that are like at the top into heroic division and sort it out that way. But we don't want to do that if at all possible, because those division A teams will more than likely not be of the caliber to be able to compete at a steady level with the heroic teams. And because of that, then we might get a lot of stomps. And we don't want that. We don't, because it's not fair to the teams at the top of heroic division because they're not getting competitive matches and they're not learning how to improve. And that's not fair to the people who are at the bottom because they are getting stomped every week. And that's not a very fun experience. So there are trade-offs, but the best solution would be more teams, more competitive high level teams.
Oh, that's good to hear, John Knight. Thank you for posting that. That actually is really good information to know. So thank you very much.
We had some questions about where are the all-star lists. If you go into your division chat channel in Discord, they were posted there. Also, everyone DM Arthur out. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. That was totally a joke. If you ask your division moderator, they can also get those for you or repost them or pin them or whatever you need. But they were given in your grand finals match. So if you're asking and you didn't see them, well, you should probably go watch the VOD of the grand finals match and find them. No, I'm just kidding too. You can definitely find them in your division chat channel. Somebody has them and we can repost them as needed. They're kind of everywhere. Also, the stats came directly from Stats of the Storm. So you can do some looking and I'm sure that you can get those same answers as well. But we can make it easy for you. So just send some DMs, post in your division chat. So we got them for you. So if you're curious as to who's on there.
There's a question here, another one from Beautiful Holiday asking about sportsmanship awards or MVPs. I think it's a great idea if we had more ways to recognize people for being fantastic contributors on the field as well. I think the expansion we did this year with the Caster Awards that you saw Turd Herder present earlier with that video, which was fantastic. Turd, if you're out there, I think maybe there's room to start adding it to something like that, or maybe the analyst crew wants to add it into something on Nexus Edge. But I think that's a pretty cool suggestion, and maybe we'll take that back and think about it.
No, I definitely think that's a great idea because there are a lot of times where, or there are a couple in my history of being a player in NGS where I'll play up against a team, and afterwards the captain will say, like, even if if we lose to them, the captain will be like, hey, that was a great game. We saw that, or I saw that your offlaner was having some trouble. I'd be happy to help him learn up from his mistakes. And I'm like, wow, that's so great. Thank you. So yeah, no, definitely. I think there is a place for sportsmanship awards.
Keep those questions coming, friends. Season 7 is July 8th. That's the date that it starts. Sign up start this Friday. Woo! Everybody scream.
Volcamir, did every division generate a heal, or or did most non-Div C places have a more boring and bland existence? I'm not quite sure what you mean by a
I
heal.
think he means in their division chats where people chatty, like,
Oh,
and hanging out.
it depends. Like Div A has always been like one of the most eccentric. I can say that because I was in Div A for the longest time of the division. So the chats there were always great, and Division D and Division E were always very spicy. I think it's just the nature of Division C is kind of like in between people who are there to have fun and those that are like really trying to improve. So did you guys pat yourselves on the back for a great season? This is my first in NGS, and I think you did a great job. Aw, thank you so much. We don't really have that much time, I'd say, for self congratulations. But we do really appreciate all of the compliments that you guys give out. It really makes this a lot more worth it. It makes coming onto the Discord and dealing with today's problems that much more enjoyable because we know that it is for the benefit of the community. And just as an example, something like yesterday when we were doing the charity tournament and the money was coming in, and we were just seeing like how high could it get. There was a lot of, I think, self congratulations there for this was such a great idea. So
Yeah, every season we're growing and changing and trying to do better. So compliments are important and critique is equally important. We need to know what we're doing good. We need to know what we're doing bad. And it really comes from you guys. Like, we can only talk each other's ears off so much. But the
And
more
we
and more
do.
people that get involved, usually the better the outcome. So,
And hey, I guess we did get better reviews this season than Game of Thrones did.
but
that's something.
I mean, it's not that hard to do better than Game of Thrones this season.
No spoilers here. What survey result left you the most disappointed?
The random one.
What do you mean?
The random survey result that gave us a 1 out of 10.
Oh.
The random one.
someone
was
had
me.
to have been
That
someone
was
had
me.
to have been
You know who you
confused.
are.
It was Weenus.
We have to meme that. The random one is now an official NGS meme. I'm looking through the results right now. I was surprised by the off roster subs. I was surprised people would be so like willing to do the off roster subs like on other teams, but like also like they wanted people like one per team. So was a bit strange. I was a little disappointed by the scheduling one because I think like 40% had problems with scheduling. Like most of that was because of procrastination, but again, like that's I don't think that's very acceptable. So
Well, there
maybe
were
working on it.
I will point out there were a few captains that had said that they had trouble contacting, like, the
Mhm.
other captains. So if you had that trouble and you didn't go to your div mod, please do that now, or please come to any one of us, like, because we can really help in those situations, but we can't help if we have no idea.
Yeah.
So if you're having trouble contacting someone or they're just not answering you or you're pinging their whole team and they're all ignoring you, like, we can really help, but we can't help if we have no idea. So, and if you as captains have any sort of advice or the people who didn't have trouble contacting people and what you did, feel free to throw it out into the wind about how great that you were at scheduling and how kind everyone was and you did your game so fast and had a completely different experience. Having you throw out your advice is also very helpful as a captain.
Yeah, and I'll say too that that's a topic we talked about extensively in competition committee too, is how to some ideas to how to cut down that procrastination from those captains who are doing that. So we have some things that we're going to implement, hopefully, that will cut down on that. So stay tuned for that.
Another question here from Beautiful Holiday. Do the rules say anything about having to exhaust their subs before they can go for an off roster sub? Subs are there for a reason. If you don't want to use your subs, they probably shouldn't be on your roster. I'd say there's really no way for us as a moderating staff of with NGS to tell what's going on in personal communications between team members. We try in almost all cases not to get involved into inter-team issues. So if a sub can't make it, we're not going to go and find out the reasons why they can't make it. And off roster subs are there to help out in situations where they're needed. If teams are exploiting it, shame on you. But yeah, I don't think there's really any way to use that suggestion, unfortunately.
There's also currently on the website, with the website that we currently use this season, we don't have any stipulation of who is like, you can't put like who's your main roster and who's your subs. So nobody has like a list of like here are our subs and here are the subs that we use, so there is currently no way to like track that from our end or from your end, but that is something we're looking to adjust in the future so you can have your manager on there. Obviously it already says who the captain is. Maybe if people want a way to put in here's our mains, here's our subs, that anybody can view, that's definitely stuff that we're also looking into. So you may be able to do that in the future, but I don't know yet.
We got another question here from Zerging1321. Are you planning to make an ARAM tournament? Sorry if you answered it before, I just came. We can neither confirm nor deny the plans of an ARAM tournament, but it is on our radar.
There's a thing called Midsummer Night's Brawl, but the details are coming in the few what was it, next week? A few weeks? I don't remember what the date said. I already
Soon,
forgot.
soon, TM, soon.
Soon TM, yeah, and
We have
that'll
a competition committee is meeting on Thursday. Expect some news maybe on Friday if we're lucky.
And going back to the most disappointing survey result for me, it's that mustache only got
Yeah.
5% on
That
the
we were talking about
for
that. That
Turd
was
Herder.
disappointing.
Only 5% for
More
stash.
went for the goatee over the stash.
I
That
think
was
they're both at 5%, which are
yeah.
both low.
Fu Manchu's just more fun to say. That's it.
It's
That
true,
really
but
what it is?
also their votes for facial hair in general. Like only
Mhm.
29% is no facial hair, so that's a big 71%. There's got to be some scruff on that boy.
I have seen a few things of people discussing flex matches in chat. I will also say too, there was an open-ended question on the survey. So a lot of what you're suggesting, and stuff like that is also on there. So definitely like what you're doing, keep suggesting it. If you want to have a better record of it, go to the Discord, put it in the suggestions of how you think flex matches should be um, fixed or adjusted, or if we should do something completely different than flex matches, feel free to throw them in there too. And we'll be going over all those. Well, the competition committee will be, but
What do you say? We're just about ready to wrap this up.
In a neat and tidy 45 minutes, I think that's pretty good.
If you're watching on YouTube and you're not already following Nexus Gaming Series, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're here on Twitch right now, make sure you hit the follow button. That will help you keep track of everything going on here at Nexus Gaming Series. Aura, you want to take it away?
sure. I don't know how to end this, but yep.
Hey, actually, before we go, shout out to the beautiful Holiday. Thanks for the sub with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
thanks for all the questions too.
And thanks for an amazing season 6, guys. It was a little bit smaller than season 5, but I think it was just as exciting, and the community is just as great as it's ever been.
100%.
Another
100%.
shout out for Wraithling subscribing as well.
Like, he
Yep,
doesn't
and I
support us enough. Wraithling, you god.
yeah, Wraithling.
Oh,
Jeez.
looks like
We did
before
have
we go,
one
we got
more.
one more.
Yep, I don't know who wants to take.
The Bummer Not is the charity tournament. We have the VODs for it. they're yesterday, so check it out. With that, I think we're just about ready.
Going once, going twice, or I'm pressing that stop button.
More official response to that bummer not is we'll probably do more charity events.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again, everybody, for a fantastic season 6. Looking forward to our off-season events and hopefully an even better season 7. Have a great rest of your Memorial Day weekend.